In this session we're going to talk about voltage. You've been sent to this video because you likely crossed the threshold of maximum voltage. The clutch needs to operate between 13.4 and 14 volts DC. We will allow 14.2, but we don't recommend it. So in this video we're going to explain why that's important and what could be the cause of that overvoltage situation. First off, like any electrical component, the coil has a very specific range that it needs to operate in. And once we hit 14 volts, it's as strong as it will ever be. As we exceed that to 14.2, 14.4, 14.5, all that's happening is the clutch gets hotter and hotter and hotter. And the fear is that if we allow the clutch to run in, say, a 14.5 range for long periods of time, what happens is it swells the bearings and will dramatically shorten the life of the clutch. So the goal is to get that voltage down. So here's what normally happens when the voltage is high like that. It is almost always a battery or a ground issue. Your battery is weak and the system is trying to charge that battery. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about the system and how it all works and what you can do to fix it. So the charging system is comprised of a stator, which creates AC current. It provides that AC current to the rectifier regulator. The rectifier regulator then turns that AC to DC current, and the center lead here is the DC output. Now this little guy is kind of smart, so it basically sees when the battery is low and it needs charging, and it will elevate the voltage and the current to charge the battery. So if your battery is bad, if you've got a bad cell, or you're just weak from sitting over the winter or for long periods of time, you may need to just trickle charge that battery and bring it back. But it's likely that if you're in like a 14.5 range or something like that, that it's possible, highly possible, that you have a bad battery, a bad cell in that battery. We recommend just taking that to your local auto parts store and have them load test that battery. Or if you have a load tester, you can do that yourself, and that will identify if we have a bad battery. Once we have the battery in place and we have a good charged battery or a new battery and we're still high, the next thing we want to look at is the grounds. Somewhere in that system we've got a loose or a corroded ground, something that is not allowing the current to flow. It's being impeded by that corrosion. So what we recommend is unplugging things and taking a little dielectric. We put that dielectric grease in all the clutches, and it's basically to improve the connection and to keep it from corroding. And so basically check your ground cable to the battery, clean it, and go through the mower and check those connections until we find the culprit and we can get it underneath. If for some reason that doesn't do it, you likely have a bad rectifier regulator, and you'll need to you can actually take this to a shop and they have a machine, they'll plug it in and test to make sure that it's working properly. So hopefully that helps you. Thank you.